Oh, we're live now. Oh, that was weird. We were
Why?
live, then it did a countdown, and now we're
I
back.
never got a countdown, and now it says live for 20 seconds, 21 seconds, 22 seconds. That's so weird.
Yeah,
We're
that was
live, bitches.
that was interesting.
Well, it's now says uploading your qual. This is so.
Yeah, I just got the notification, like on YouTube, that we're live.
You got a notification that it's live?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it too.
I didn't get anything. I got a rock.
you don't even subscribe to your own channel.
Can you?
Interesting. Well, like my other channels, though, I subscribe to each one of them. What up? Hey everyone, how's it going? How? Oh, well, sorry.
Finally.
We weren't on time today.
Motherfucker, it's 4 after.
Oh shit, Joe is on phone today. That's
Who's talking
crazy.
shit? I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see in the chat?
Not yet. I'm trying to send out links and shit.
So that's another thing. Alex was saying that he never sees when he's in the chat, we don't see anything. And I said, well, where are you chatting from? So, and like right now.
So the way that works, just to go down. Oh, fucking. So the way it works for Alex isn't here, but like so if Alex is on Facebook watching, and he's commenting, and he's on say the Shellhead Facebook page, he's not going to see anybody on the collector's page or the YouTube pages commenting. Only we'll see everybody. He would only see anybody commenting on the Shellhead Facebook page.
But I never see
So if
Alex
he's-
either. That's the other, like the thing. Like, we're in the chat. I never see Alex saying anything.
Of course you do. You usually make a Mexican joke when you see him.
He's not wrong. You do.
I know. Yeah, see, Johnny's on my back.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday evening. I am joined by Mr. Johnny Five. Johnny, how are you?
I'm all right, hanging in there.
Good deal. And Wheezy.
Fuck this place.
Good. Awesome.
It's great. I'm fucking amazing. Let's go. I'm
very
excited
positive.
to be here.
Very.
I had a
good.
fucking headache today. It's gone. I took pills. I ate tacos. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. All right, you had some
Fine,
tacos.
there
Good for
There
you.
you go. I got a nice
Tacos.
cup of Sprite and some water with me. And Psycho,
Got,
how are you?
Got this to
Doing
deal with.
well.
Oh,
Good.
if that's the case, Tony, I got you, baby. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you need some gray sweatpants or something to go with that.
You want to see my
hey,
print?
no, keep pouring. Make it a double. There we go.
I got a drink for Johnny too.
Salud.
God damn it.
One for you and one for your homies.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
I mean, you might as well make it a triple because I'm not drinking tonight either. So there you
I'm
go.
just gonna throw this bitch on the floor, Doc.
Diabetes. So,
Fuck
Yeah,
no,
so-
Grandpa.
Did Grandpa touch you?
No, Grandpa's making dig holes.
damn, dude. Grandpa holes.
Well,
Not
I mean,
not Grandpa's holes, but Grandpa's holes.
well, Grandpa's old, man. You have to yell no. He understands no means no, but you have to say it louder. He can't hear you.
Fair.
Oh, no.
Sometimes the hearing aid just doesn't hit right. I got it.
And you have to
It's
look
hitting
at him
alright.
and say the words like with your lips. Use
Well,
your mouth.
Grandpa's from that generation where no means yes. So
You were wearing a sundress. You were asking for it.
God damn it. I'm not drinking for all you fuckers anymore. I
Drink
would
one
be
for me. I'm
dead.
on a 7-day fast. Nothing to eat since Sunday. Just coffee and water. Fast for
Why?
what? The hell are you fasting about? What is going on with everybody?
People are getting in on the chat. It's good stuff.
I feel like I stopped drinking, so everybody. Technically, Johnny's the first one to stop. Psycho never did.
Yeah.
And
fuck
then
you,
I
Cantor.
stopped. Now the world's just like the brakes have been put on, and people are fasting and asking for extra cheese and all kinds of crazy shit going on.
Bullshit sobriety.
Jesus Christ on a cracker.
Fucking quitters. Nobody likes y'all.
Now we have someone entering the chat who is definitely not sober.
I will tell you, I have to go away for work next week on Wednesday. So I will do the chat Tuesday, but Wednesday I will be flying out in the afternoon. I'll be back Saturday night, but I plan to have a few on Wednesday when I'm out and about.
Hey, you know that diabetes ain't no joke.
Don't follow anything but your example. Ah, that's true.
Well, now, all right. So
yeah. So I had some. Oh, so we just got done doing a show. Well, I just got done doing a show this past Sunday with Alex. I know Wheezy came up and checked it out. I was in Lakeland, and I ended up taking just Blockies to the show. Actually, ended up doing way better than I thought I was going to do for just selling Blockies. Very well received. You can't go wrong, man. Transformers are loved. The rivals are cool. People dig them. And they're asking about more characters. And one of the things that I've been asked for now, I guess twice, maybe 3 times, but multiple times at the show was from people saying, do you have horror Blockies? And I'm like, they don't make them as far as I know, but no, I don't have them. And it just leads me to believe that there is a market out there. We don't have them yet. They're not being produced or what have you. I don't know. But when they do hit, I can tell you they're probably going to be stupid popular. And I was talking to Johnny about it on the way home and just saying how just the mainstream characters would be enough to start, that they would probably sell like crazy. You know, if you had the ability to build, you know, a figure size, you know, a Leatherface or a Ghostface or a Jason, a Freddy, Michael Myers, you know, what have you, and they were all Art the Clown, and they were all figure size, you're talking about a $15, maybe $20 blocky, right? Probably $15, $20 blocky versus what, a $37, I think it is, or $34 NECA figure now, whatever the hell they're up to.
Yeah, between 34 and $40 now.
So you're talking probably half the price for a figure that looks pretty much as cool. If we're being honest, most of those blocky figures have not been disappointing. They look really cool.
I want to argue with you on that, but I haven't really seen a Blockies in hand to compare to really be yes or no. So I'm gonna let you go with that.
Now here's the thing. Wheezy brings up a good point with that because I've kind of had multiple in hands and put plenty together. Now, as far as the champion class Blockies compared to a NECA figure, they don't. You know, they're 2 completely different fields.
Sure.
As far as quality, articulation, everything, you know. So in all honesty, it's not like you can just go out and say, well, I'm not going to get this NECA, you know, fucking Art the Clown or whatever, you know, because I'm going to get a Blockies. They're not the same quality. Now, that being said, if that really doesn't matter to you, whether, you know, if you're just looking for a cool, fun figure to have, you know, that's affordable,
right?
Blockies is right there for you.
So would it be fair to say that Blockies could almost be like a current, like a gateway, like when you go from like cheaper collectibles and you have a Blockies that leads you into the higher quality figures. Like it's like a middleman between like a 5 POA and NECA or whoever super articulated. In the middle, you have like Blockies.
I can see that argument.
Everything.
I can see that argument, especially with like the Transformer ones. A lot of people would say the thing about them is they don't transform. You know, that's kind of the big argument from Transformer fans that kind of don't buy Blockies for that reason.
I will die on the hill that Transformer toys don't need the fucking transform.
And I honestly agree with that because here's the thing. I really don't mess with my Transformers that much. Like usually I have whatever mode I'm going to keep them in. They're in that mode. Very rarely. It's maybe a thing if I happen to be cleaning the shelf or doing something where that figure is in my hand and I'm just fiddling with it, then, you know, I'll transform it back and forth. But that's about it. Like, it's not really like I don't go through phases where it's displayed this way, then displayed that way. You know, and
So-
if I want it in on alt mode, I'll just buy a second one and display it that.
Like we've discussed it before previously, but we don't have a lot, so let's continue with it again. Doesn't matter. Is that I'm with Johnny on that. Like I have two, I think total 4 Transformers in my collection, and why the look?
I don't think I was aware of this.
Well, I had the 2 racist robots from the second movie,
That I was aware of. I lied.
and then I have the Ecto 1.
And you have the Back to the Future car.
No, Turtle Van.
Oh, okay.
Right? But like I would never put them into their vehicle modes because I have Ecto ones, I have Turtle Vans, but I don't have the robot. Like I don't need the car mode. Just give me the robot mode. And to be completely honest, I feel, especially when it comes to vehicles that are just like the normal cars, right? Or normal Earth vehicles, the robot modes are much cooler. Now, if you have like Beast Wars where it's really cool animal designs, I can understand why you might go back and forth. Or if it's some of the what the fuck, like the vehicles based on like the Transformers world, like when they had the video game, you had like their vehicle modes that weren't Earth vehicles. I can see
Yeah.
people want to have maybe representations of both of those. But it's like, how many representations of a Camaro do you need? And Bumblebee, like, no, just give me Bumblebee. That's the cool look.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I have all those Beast Wars on the shelf there, but I don't transform them. But I used to transform my. What's wrong?
Nothing, just reading the chat.
But I used to transform my Beast Wars figures when I had those on display, my old Beast Wars figures, and I also would transform the Revenge of the Fallen movie figures I had, the Leader Class Optimus and Jetfire. I used to transform them every couple of months and display them in different ways. I don't know why I haven't transformed any of them after the original transformations. I just kind of leave them like that. But I don't know. For me, I kind of believe that a transformer needs to be able to transform.
I get the argument, but
I get it too, but for me personally, it's just
like I don't really care that he doesn't transform.
Because that's the cool look. I mean, yeah, he's a jet, right? Okay, I can understand why people might, oh, it's a cool jet. But if I want a jet on my shelf, I'm going to buy a badass jet model or a die-cast jet. You know what I mean? If I want a robot, that's what I want. Robot.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I just think it's like, for me, it's like not a big deal. Like here, like, I mean, and I guess probably it's a bad example, but like Metroplex, right? He's a Titan. So rarely ever do you see him transform because his transformation is a city, right? Or a battle mode.
or it's a pain in the ass too.
Right. But it's a city, like in the show, right? So rarely do you see him quote unquote transformed. Whenever you see him like this. You know, he's just a Titan. They don't ever, he's not just like walking along like the other ones and they're like, roll out. And he's like, fuck it, city mode. You know, like it's not what happens.
Roll out. Nope, I'll just turn to a city and land on
they're
top
like, roll
of you.
out. He's like, shit. So he stays as a Titan.
So
But,
if he turns into a city, is that the closest thing you have to a transformer from Big?
Wow. You mean a skyscraper?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I saw a fucking, I don't want to get off subject because I want to go back to the Blocky Horror thing, but you know, Blocky Horror Picture Show. But I got the feed where Tom Hanks is sitting on the couch and they're in a board meeting,
Mhm.
and he's sitting there like fucking around with it, and the guy's like, all right, yeah, these will be in your stores or wherever. And he's like,
I don't get it.
yeah, I don't get it. Well, what don't you get? Well, it's a robot that turns into a building. I mean, what fun is that? What does it do? And he goes, what do you mean? That's what it does. And then you're just sitting there in silence. And he's like, I still don't get it.
And that guy
He's
was
like,
so pissed later. He doesn't get it. What do you mean he doesn't get it? What's not to get?
He's like, what about a robot that turns into a bug or something? You know, and then what did they call it? He said something that was like fucking brilliant.
Well,
They were going around, and the guy's like, they could do, you know, what does he say? Like, bugs could come together and make a bigger bug or something. I forget what he said.
well, so I don't know if we asked this. We've discussed Big before because of this exact
Yeah.
scene, but I don't know the timelines. But is it possible that idea kind of sparked the idea for Beast Wars?
It would have for it. Like Big was like mid 80s. I'm gonna guess
Right.
86.
So I mean, obviously we won't know for sure, but I feel like that's a very good possibility that bug, and then somebody in Transformers HQ is like, bugs, let's go, let's try that, and they started developing, and you got Beast Wars.
Yeah, 1988.
Well, no, they
Beast
had
Wars would have been what, like 95, 96?
they had insects before that.
Well, you had the Insecticons.
Yeah, so they had bugs before that.
Oh, they did. I don't fucking know. I
What
don't
is
mess
his
with-
name? Is his name Josh when he becomes 30?
I don't fucking know. It's Tom Hanks. it's fucking Woody. That's all you need to note him as is either Woody or Tom Hanks.
Saw something weird about that. How Pixar never had him with a gun. They've had other characters on their Toy Story movies with guns, but never Woody.
But he acts with a gun, like his hands when he shoots
Yeah.
the shark or some shit, right? Like he does like finger
Like he
guns.
does, yeah, he does with his hand, but like he's never actually had
His
a gun.
holster's always empty unless it has a match in it.
Yep, and even like so this guy was even like going through like background scenes, like pictures and stuff, and like where they show like all the Woody memorabilia. In all those scenes, like he never had a gun.
Who, Woody?
He's never had a gun.
He had a match.
Yeah.
Thanks for
About
joining
it.
the conversation, Tony. You already.
Hey, you're welcome. Sorry, I was looking stuff up. So I want to go back to what you were saying about the horror blockies if they made them right, in comparison with the NECA. So yeah, I'm not saying that you can compare quality per se. What I'm saying is for value. If you're spending $15, you're still getting a decent. I'm gonna assume you would get if they're anything like the superhero ones. You're getting a decent Marvel Legends style, I guess, esque kind of figure. You're not going to have the NECA. I don't find NECA to be all that posable. Not the horror toys. I feel like they're very like tight. Like they don't have a lot of movement.
Take them out
So,
of your box,
speaking
and then
of-
we'll talk about it.
Most of those champion class figures are actually retail for $19.99, $20.
Okay.
The
so-
only reason you're seeing them on $15 is because Walmart buys a shit ton of them and undercuts everyone else.
Okay, so even if it's $20, you're still talking almost a $20 difference between damn near half price for the figures because $37.99 plus tax now, right? You're at basically $40 when you buy a freaking NECA figure now.
So, just to touch on what you said about the whole like posability and articulation. Oh, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, so with the NECA figures, like people complain about NECA and their articulation, even the turtle figures. I don't like pose and do all like photography and shit, so like it's not a necessity for me to have like 600 points of articulation to make like stop motion and shit. But for all the horror, like for anything that I would possibly need, there's no issue, right? But I don't have like Jason jumping around like he's in the Matrix. Like he can't do that. But it seems like people want all their stuff to do that.
So you think the articulation is fine because of what the character's actual posability in the movie or shows would be?
For representation of what you would need it for? Yeah, I don't think there's any issues.
Okay, I guess I can understand that. I still think it's like tight and because Gianna has it, and I've seen Ghostface out of the box, right? And I think like it just seems like it takes a lot of effort for her to get them to stand or be a certain way, whereas the Blockies ones almost have like this endoskeleton, right? that their stuff goes on top of, whether it be the skin or clothing or whatever the hell it is. And so it makes them more posable. So even if they're that character, even if they're only going to be in a simple pose, it would be a little more fluid looking, I guess. Whereas NECA, I think, is just a little. I can't say turtles because it's two different ones, right? Where I say the horror characters are a little more statue-esque, where they look more like a statue than they do something you could pick up and mess with. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm thinking like, who do I have nearby? I'm trying to think of what I have nearby.
Ooh, be careful, dude, because Reluctant Adult mentioned that, and they had a full-on war with somebody about photography and posability and accessories and.
Well, no, I think the war was because they mentioned AI.
I was getting to that, but we're opening a door.
I mean, I guess, like, I don't know, like, how far do I really need my Beetlejuice to, like, articulate? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I can think of a bunch of different ways Beetlejuice. He's a more animated character.
True.
Right? Yeah, I mean, you never had Jason going, oh, like shit like that. I mean,
but even so, are you seriously going to take Tony? Are you seriously going to do that to your Beetlejuice and put him on your shelf like that? No.
Well, no, I'm not going to. I'm not talking about me.
But this is going to lead into one of our other previous topics where it seems like a lot of these companies are catering towards
boxed goods,
a very small portion of like collectors, which is like the figure photography and all that, where it's all the accessories and all this shit that you really don't need. But that's a whole different topic.
So we did this once before, not to like drain you off the blocky subject, but since we're back to the whole accessories thing, I still want to talk about con exclusives, some stuff that just came out, Transformers, some of the horrific drops that Johnny and I were talking about this morning, and just stuff like that, stuff that's come out for the last couple of days. But why do we think there are so many fucking accessories in all of these sets? Why do we have 15 different sets of hands and 20 different heads and
it's
all
their way of justifying the inflated prices, in my opinion.
This guy gets it.
Weird you're pointing like this. Is Johnny on your corner?
He's above me in mine.
He's below me in mine. It's some Brady Bunch shit.
This guy over here gets it. All right?
That's funny.
Wherever the fuck Johnny's at, he gets it.
That is so weird. Yeah, everybody's in a different spot to me. That is so funny.
Because, I mean, not to beat a dead horse, because I think I've mentioned this before. Even like Battleverse release, they like recently or put up pre-orders or revealed a troop builder, right? Significantly lower price than what their average other figures are costing. However, it still comes with all the accessories and stuff. It comes with all the hands, the weapons, and all this other shit, right? So then, it has the same point of articulation as his other figures. It's the same quality.
Yeah.
Like same paint deco and everything. So because it's a troop builder, and he even said it, I wanted to make it cheaper than the normal figures because it's a troop builder. Whereas you have
is genius. Right? Because if you know it's a troop builder, you might get somebody buying 6 or 7 of them versus buying one of a character where you'll need to get more out of that one character because you're not going to sell as many. But if you know you're going to sell 6 times as many troop builders, drop the price a little bit. That's smart.
So
yeah, but here's the thing though, like you have other companies like Hasbro, right? They have figures, that you're kind of, you look at, you're like, these are troop builders, right? However, the pricing on them are not.
So Hasbro's like, oh, it's a troop builder, therefore it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So
but look, we threw all these accessories in here.
So I think, and you can't really see, and it's the glare, I know, but I think Joy Toy has just the right amount of accessories. So like this Triceraton is the Triceraton, 2 shotguns, so 2 identical shotguns. He's got
I can't see. I think you should open the packet.
Oh, that's cute.
Do it.
He's got these gauntlets like for each, but these are all weapons, right?
I think Diaz is looking for that Triceraton, so watch out. He might steal it from you.
You'd have to find me first, I guess. But and then he only comes with 1 extra set of hands, and that's because his one of his hands they put him with is not closed, so he can't clutch anything in there. So
It's a
they
fit.
have an extra 2 hands. But my thing is, he's only got an extra 2 hands, and this is plenty. This is more than you'll ever use for the figure. And these are, I can't even remember. What are these, $37 or $40 a piece? Or are they more? I can't remember.
I have no idea. I've never bought a Joy toy, so
Okay,
you're the only
well,
one
I
here who
don't
does.
remember what they cost, but I know they're not crazy. And they've got good articulation. They're good style toys. Nobody's complaining about them. You know what I mean? Other than the
You know-
scale of the turtle.
You know what's interesting though?
There's a
And,
list
and,
of them.
and I know there's a lot of factors, like what kind of packaging you have, factory you're using, and all this and that. But I remember watching the guys from Grindhouse Toys. Chris was literally talking about why he did. His name is Chris, so yeah.
It was a joke, man.
But he was talking about why he did the scale he did versus doing another 6-inch figure. And so he was talking about like, and people were saying, "Oh, is it a cost thing?" And he was saying no. What he was saying is the price he was quoted as far as difference between doing that and 6 inches really wasn't that much of a difference. So you're looking at a 3 3/4 figure. No, what is it? Four?
No, they're
The
like-
horror
they're like 3
line is
3/4.
3 3/4.
No, yeah, three
Grindhouse
3/4,
guys?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3 3/4. They're GI Joe
So
size.
between doing that and 6-inch, he was saying the price wise really wasn't much of a difference. So it's surprising though how like when you look at some of these other guys, they were talking about scaling and pricing because of that scaling. But then you're hearing another toy company saying, "Hey, look, actually, no, we were quoted a very similar price between the two." The only reason he really chose that is because he wanted something in that scale to be a little different than everyone else doing things in 6 inches.
I would be curious, Johnny, who was saying those things, because I feel like to say like, "Oh, there's a price difference," would come from somebody like me, right? Because I'm not in that world. Logically, more plastic, more this, it would be a price difference. Versus people who are in the business who've been doing, they know it's not, right? So I wonder if most of the people who are saying, "Oh, it's it's this, that, it's price." It's just those of us who are in the realm of collecting, but don't actually know because we've never done that side of it. It's just an assumption, which seems like a logical assumption that there would be a big price difference in the manufacturing of it. But if there isn't, there just isn't.
So I think the Grindhouse dudes are doing it right. And the only reason I say that is because they're
You want a
working.
sponsorship
What?
because you want a sponsorship.
What are they going to sponsor me with? They're busy sponsoring themselves at the moment. So
Free toys.
I wish. So I will tell you, I was definitely in awe for their display they had. Right, it was very cool. The homemade multi-level display that they had their figures
my
and stuff.
God. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, so the guy that did that display, right?
Mhm.
He also did one over at IshCon. He did a pirate ship display. Fucking incredible. Just
Was
my
it the
God.
same? Was it the same pirate ship that was at Toylantha? That like half a pirate ship?
No,
Oh,
no, it's different. It's well, I don't know if you guys seen photos of it or anything. It had plunderlings on it.
oh, okay. Definitely not what I'm thinking about.
So the whole reason I was saying though, like, so their display has all of their characters, like in the display or whatever, and the little they're not called face huggers. What the hell do they call them?
Copyright infringement's what it sounds like.
I know. I'm just trying to. I like that first thing. Obviously, you think of as face hugger, but they're not. I forget what the hell they're called, but it's a head
it-
like on almost like a
Does it hug
scorpion
your face?
body. What?
No. Actually, more like think about the Thing.
Oh, the crab that comes with the head on top of it.
Yes. And I forget what the hell he calls them, but it's very clever. It's like, okay, yeah, that makes like sense. Like, but in any case, so in the display, he's got all of his characters, and then there's a portion where they're like in hell and they're being tormented and shit. He's got two. It's like a Cobra Commander and like a Duke or something, and he's just got them facing the other way, so you can't see who they are. And he's got them all doctored up, and they scale perfectly. And I think the cool thing about that is they've just opened up an entire world for G.I. Joe enthusiasts to be able to partner their current figures with. So you can turn around, you got a display at your house set up with G.I. Joe, right? Your Cobra and your G.I. Joe or whatever. You can set it up all differently now. You can be like, well, fuck, I want to have a scene where it's, you know, these guys are maybe like a different force of G.I. Joe, right? Because you had Night Force, you had Tiger Patrol and all kind of stuff. You had different, what do you want to call that? What do you call that? Like divisions of G.I. Joe?
Yeah,
like, you know,
Gustavo.
like, nobody's going to help me out with the fucking word.
I don't know what you're talking about, or I would.
Oh, well, you got to pay attention. So when you
I
have
was
like,
paying attention.
You're basically putting him to sleep.
so when you have, he's sleeping on his own. So, you different forces, right? So you have like Night Force, you have like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, we
Sky
get
Patrol.
the gist.
Good, cool. I'm glad somebody's acknowledging. So
I'm sorry.
You can do this-
I'm manning the chat. You're ignoring it. I'm trying to man it.
you can do this with your characters. You can have your characters fighting alongside the good guys for this particular group, and then all the undead and evil guys could be fighting with the Cobra guys. So you have additional people to add into your already, you know, G.I. Joe dioramas. It makes it less boring because these are way better looking. Wow.
Go for Wheezy.
Just is it that what people do already with like all the 6-inch figure lines, the Marvel Legends, the Star Wars, like they're all on the same scale. They do the same type of thing. Like it's not like a
Yeah,
new
but he's
idea.
talking more like the vintage ones.
No, but I'm just saying, but it's like across the line, like it's all the
Yes.
same thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty much what
just
he's
cross-
trying to articulate.
Cross playing. One
But
would
there
say.
isn't a lot of 3 3/4 stuff, is what I'm trying to say, that people intermix.
Well, actually, there's been a trend of a lot of really interesting 3 3/4 stuff. You have like those guys at what is it? Robo Skull.
Yeah.
They're doing that. You have Operation Monster Force or something like that. They
Ooh.
have
No, Monster
What-
Force, I believe is 6-inch.
no. It's kind of similar to that.
Monster Force.
Fuck, I can't remember it. But
Because they have
there's
a
a bunch of
Bigfoot
different
that's like
ones.
8 inches tall. Like, yeah.
No, there is another one though. It's kind of similar to Operation Monster Force.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. But you know, because they
You're not
have
talking
those,
about the
like-
one where the guys like you build all the parts, you get all the figures, and you can interchange them and build them.
Yeah,
and
but
shit?
they do have parts. Yeah, they do have parts that you can swap out and build. Because they had kind of like a build a figure setup thing at
I bought
Toyland
one.
where you can
It's
go
like
there.
it's like world building, which is cool
Yeah.
no matter what scale it's in. Which I like. I can understand that for the 3 3/4, there's not as many options as there are for the 6 to 7-inch scales, right? Like, so I mean, I get it. It's just there's still a lot. I mean, you figure you have all the classic GI Joes, Star Wars, then you had all the Mortal Kombat's, Street Fighter figures. Like in the 90s, there was a lot of that 3 3/4-inch stuff, but now it's not
Right.
as represented. That's
right. So, but
That's
for
okay.
modern
and you have
3
people making customs.
but for modern 3 3/4 production, and this is a horror genre. What they're basically making, it's like 80s horror movie genre.
Bro, I
Shit.
wish they were 6-inch figures. I'd buy them all.
I think they're awesome, and when they do come out,
Yeah,
I will buy every.
I don't
fucking
care
one of
about the scaling of them. I think they're great. So just on that alone, I'm all in.
I just
Yeah,
got nowhere to put them in that scale.
them. Well, I'll find some more to put them
That's-
on.
Just make their own.
You're just gonna keep
display.
it in a box anyways. You're
Right,
gonna
exactly.
buy
You'll
it.
find
They
some
come in a
more.
VHS box. You're gonna fucking bookcase it, fucking on a shelf somewhere, and that's gonna be your display.
Next to a cardboard VCR. Because
Oh,
they
you
look
can't
like
buy a
old
real
VHS.
one.
I can't afford that. So
Yo, I saw one for $2,000 at the store.
Mondo
fuck?
Goliath.
A
For what?
VCR. It was a
What?
VCR DVD player.
I've got
And the
one sitting in
price
a
was
bag next to me on the
$2,000.
floor. I can sell it for 2 G's.
It was insane.
Yeah. Mondo Goliath.
Goliath, you know, gargoyles.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Sorry. I didn't mean to get bummed out, but I'm like, yeah, I know what that is. That does nothing for me. So, I'm gargoyled out, man. I think NECA went too hard on it, and the stuff sat on the shelves, and it just got to be too. I got tired of looking at it.
So just because you bring it up now, gargoyles, you're absolutely right. A lot of it shelf warmed, which makes me curious how Mondo really thinks they're going to sell well at $100+. I think they're like damn near $200 if they weren't selling from NECA at $35.
Okay. Now you do make an interesting point. My thing is NECA, they fucked up with the initial release when they just made him with this giant wingspan that made it hard to display. You know, and then later on you had to buy what other characters to get like the closed wings.
Yeah, one character came with Goliath's folded wings, right?
Oh
Or
shit!
the-
I think since the whole thing about accessories, that should have been a basic accessory that should have came with that with each of those figures. They should have had a closed wing and an open wing.
I just don't know if they're going to sell as much as Mondo's hoping they are. Because I'm thinking Mondo's hoping they have that Gargoyles will be in like another home run like they had with Real Ghostbusters. And I just don't know if Gargoyles is going to be it because
I haven't seen it. But
because the NECA figures were really good. Like when you looked at them, they looked great.
Did Mondo like all of a sudden end up with inventory? Because I'm seeing a bunch of figures that were sold out that are now available.
Like
Oh yeah,
what?
they put out a press release the other day. I have no idea.
So I'm gonna pull up the Goliath. I mean, I'm not.
yeah, I haven't
opposed
seen it,
to
so that'd be cool.
Whoop, what did I just click? Come on.
Man, but
I'm
now
not
you guys
saying
bring
this
that
is
up,
gonna
that
work.
stupid theme song is stuck in my head.
I think what it's going to turn into, see, like, so it's a 12-inch figure, which, all right, I can see if a Gargoyles fan's like, oh, I want a 12-inch one versus NECA's 7-inch one. Cool.
Right.
But
I'm not a fan of the cell shading.
I mean, it looks like the cartoon.
It
No, it
does,
actually looks
but
like the
I don't
cartoon.
want the
Isn't that-
cell shading.
Isn't that what Mondo's whole thing is? Really, is to mostly look like the cartoons for the most part.
well, whatever it is, yeah, to be as accurate as they can. But I think what we're running into is something that Psycho and I were discussing the other day, is that
It looks
you got
good.
collectibles like this.
Show
and
the
then you have, like,
accessories.
and you have like Hot Toys and everything, where you kind of like pay high dollar for like the definitive version of that figure. It's like, all right, if you get that, do you really need to buy any other Gargoyle Goliath that comes out? Like, no, you have that one. It kind of is the
That's a good
best one
point.
you can get. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So you spend 200 on it, but you don't have to worry about ever buying another one.
You basically you've reached the epitome, right? Of
Right.
Goliath. I've got
Yeah.
the best Goliath you could possibly get. What's the point in buying the others?
Exactly.
Except that he looks like fucking Danzig.
Well, I mean,
Ted
that's how he's
Danson?
always looked.
Not Ted Danson. Jesus Christ.
No, the guy from the Myths.
Really? I have a stupid question. Why do we need almost the same hands? They're just gradually closing.
Because he's got to grab the female one, but never mind.
It's
Never
like-
mind.
I wish I had hands that were just gradually closing. You know, I can't have a hand like this. I need one like this. Can you guys make me two different sets of hands, please?
But don't forget this one.
Right.
Which is weird because usually when you see like multiple hands, you'll see like open hand, the fist, the gun holding hand. Depending on the figure, maybe like a hand for like if it was like Gambit holding a card. You know what I mean?
The
But this
one thing
one,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
like is how he's not articulated. Really, is he?
I mean, very minimal in his ass end.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Ah,
I don't know. I think you're getting more of a statue than a figure.
I mean, he
Well, you
looks like
said
I don't know how much articulation he has, but he's articulated: elbows, shoulders, wrists, ankles.
no, I think he was talking about the accessory.
He's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
bitch, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
16
16
inches with the
inches.
wingspan.
Yeah.
But I like how they designed the wings here versus how NECA did their open wings.
Yeah, NECA put him in like in flight mode.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which,
that's
I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I appreciate the look of it. NECA did a great job with the wings, but the thing is, they didn't give you the option for this or like the completely closed one, which I think would have been more successful for NECA had they just included that from the beginning.
And
So-
they learned that too, which is why I started releasing them later with all that options.
Do you think that they did the right thing with his like loincloth thing? Should that have been cloth or leather?
Are you trying
Is
to
that
see
leather?
Gargoyle Dong?
Say what?
No, I'm just saying for what you're paying though. because it's cartoon, are they better to leave it the way it is, or should that have been at least been leather?
No, I think for the look, I think
Yeah.
doing it like a plastic covering, I think is fine.
Yeah, because once you start adding that soft good, but then you have the plastic, it looks weird.
Yeah. And I mean, with his wings being closed, if they were open, man, they'd be what, 24 inches across, probably.
Probably more than that.
Can't wait for my Rocco's Modern Life to come in. But this Skeletor, was this not sold out already?
No, this is a different one.
That's the 1/12. That's the 6-inch Skeletor.
That's why we did talk about this
And
already.
this is also based off a Motu 200.
He looks good.
He does.
I don't know if $100. I wouldn't pay $100 for it.
Not gonna lie, I think that Chronicles one I picked up for you, Tony, looks better.
For a third of the monies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chronicles one looks good. So does Scareglow from Chronicles.
I'm just a wee Skeletor. A little baby, if you will.
Although I do like how they did the cape. It looks like a wired cape.
And then they announced on Friday night, they announced the Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbuster figures.
Oh.
Oh, the all glowing ones or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see them, Johnny?
Nah.
So
From
in real
Citizen
Ghostbusters, there's an episode called Citizen Ghost, right? And it's an episode that they use to tie together the first movie and the cartoon. So you see them come from getting marshmallowed after the Stay Puft blows up. They come back to the firehouse, and Janine's like, "Oh, your new suits came in." So they take off their tan suits and they put on the blue, the different color suits. But the plasma or plasmid, whatever that's in the marshmallow, takes over the brown suits, and then it becomes like green translucent versions of each Ghostbuster that they have
that's
to then
pretty
go
cool.
and try and stop. So now Mondo, as a Comic-Con exclusive, is doing a 4-pack of those Ghostbusters in the green.
Oh, that's
Just put
really
Citizen
cool.
Ghost, Tony.
Citizen
Peter was
Ghost?
supposed to.
Yeah.
Peter was supposed to burn the suits in the incinerator, but instead he piled them next to the containment unit, and they,
Oh, there
like
it
Chris
is.
said, came to life.
Yeah, so all the marshmallow stuff all glows. The smoke from their eyes glows.
That's
But then
really
they
cool.
also come, so it's a 4-pack, and then it comes with a crap load of accessories, and part of the accessories are actual normal head sculpts painted and hands, so you could swap it to the Ghostbusters before they turn, the green thing. So you could have the real Ghostbusters all in tan jumpsuits as well if you want. But
So
fucking
did we
Mondo.
get a
Chris purchase right there.
That's
Huh?
pretty cool.
Did we get a price on those, or we were just speculating?
There's no price yet. My speculation, because the individual Ghostbuster figure for them is $101. So logically, you'd think it's gonna be $400,
Oh my
$404.
God.
But add in that it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I'm betting it's probably another extra $50 on top because it's a exclusive.
I'm
Look
gonna
at the
need about
scale,
450.
though.
I mean, it looks phenomenal. That's
Does
great.
that dude just have big hands?
They're
These
6-inch
are supposed
scale.
to be 1/6 or whatever.
112.
12 scale.
No, they're 1/12. They're 6-inch. They're 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
1/12.
At $100. Ugh.
Yeah, Mondo's not cheap, but I will give it to you. You're getting what you pay for with them.
There's also speculation that they could be cheaper.
Yeah.
Because it's a retool,
course.
right? Isn't it essentially just a
Well,
reuse
so
of
I
the
was
mold?
reading online that people say because it's not a new figure, they already have the molds and everything else. They're doing it as a 4-pack. There's speculation that it could be $250 to $300 for the 4-pack. And we'll see. I don't know.
How much was the original
so,
4-pack?
There was never a 4-pack.
was a
You got the
4-pack. You bought it
Ghostbusters in 2 packs with the one Ghostbuster, one ghost, or
Oh,
you got
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ghostbusters individual.
Okay.
Ghostbusters individual were $101 a piece.
Now those weren't
I mean,
6-inch
going by
figures
the
as well,
rule-
though.
They were.
No, they're
They were
all
all
they're all 6-inch figures. Yeah.
Okay.
But like going by the rules of multi-packs, so generally, like if you have a Marvel Legends and they're $24 figures, if you get a 2-pack, usually there's a savings there of like maybe $5, right? So instead of 50, it might be $45 for the 2-pack. But lately, 2-packs have been starting to pop up more than if you bought individual figures. So I'm curious to see where Mondo goes with it, if they do go cheaper. But then when you look at, I haven't seen a good picture yet, but they have a huge accessory spread out in that thing. So I'm wondering if because of all the accessories, if they're going to be like, oh no, we got to go higher price and stay at this point because of all this accessories that got new tooling. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they're going to try and play that game.
So are you
Wouldn't
talking about
surprise me.
these ones, Chris?
Yeah, those are the normal
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Okay. But this set isn't
people
obviously
said
going to.
you don't get it. Oh, sorry.
Huh?
No, I was just saying people online were saying that you don't get all the same accessories that you get when you buy the Ghostbuster individually. You get hands, you get the alternate head, you get the proton stream, but you're not getting. People were saying you're not getting obviously the small version of the Ghost. You're not getting like all the other accessories that have come with the other Ghostbusters. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
when you
know.
look at when you see like the big pack, right? Then you see like the box set with the 4 Ghostbusters. Behind it is another piece of plastic full of accessories, hands, heads, streams, different just different stuff. And there are going to be they showed 3 ghosts that come with it, and they're saying that there's possibly a 4th, one for each Ghostbuster. So you have a Slimer, the Bug Eye Ghost, and another one. So they haven't shown exactly what the accessories are yet that I've seen. There might be out there somewhere in somebody's video, but I haven't seen it yet. But I'm just curious if they're going to do that because even Mondo, like I emailed them the other day about some fees that they've been charging because of political times and how those things have changed. They're like, yeah, we're not looking into refunding anybody right now. So it's like, all right, well, I don't know what they're going to try and do. I don't like their business side at the moment. They're kind of being shady. So I'm curious to see what they do though.
So to reiterate and just to clarify, so you're saying that even if the price is less, you're not anticipating getting less than what you got with each individual figure when you bought them regular. You just think the company is going to be able to charge less because they're not having to remold other than making translucent parts.
I said
In
that.
theory,
not Chris.
yes.
Chris is expecting it to be more.
Right.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be at the 400 mark and possibly more because it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Anybody who's seen any exclusives knows that they always tax on the exclusive for more money across majority of companies. So it would not surprise me if it went higher.
Can we just take a second and appreciate this fucking clawful?
Oh wow.
You would
That's a
zoom
6-inch
into his
waffle.
claw.
Got a big claw.
I mean, you have to give it up to Mondo though. They do a great job as far as the team that does the sculpting and paint and detail work.
Oh, because they're absolute artists. Like,
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal.
I think we discussed this before too. I think what sets them apart from other companies, say like the Hasbro's, is that obviously the guys who sculpt for Hasbro are also artists, right? They're all artists in their
Right.
own right. But Mondo, the whole company seems to be owned by artists, and they let their artists have free range, like go be an artist. You're not like restricted to, oh, you have to do this, just make a figure. They're like, hey, here's the character. Here's a rough guideline of what we have to kind of follow. Have fun, make what you want to make, and then you get things like this.
Yeah, this is, I
It
mean,
is absolutely just
fucking wild looking, dude. I mean, you could obviously I know it's Motu, but you could scale that figure with so many other lines as just a badass character. Like if there was some this could sound really stupid, but
No, you can go like Mythic Legions and stuff, no problem.
well, But I was trying to think like who would
Yeah.
be in charge of him if there was some like crazy Poseidon looking motherfucker and you wanted just army build of these, you could have it because he's very, even though he's his own character.
That's an expensive army, though.
I'm just saying though, but he's his own character. But if you had like 10 of these dudes behind him, it's a fucking menacing army.
Well, yeah, I mean, you take him and like, especially with a bunch of imports, because imports right now have a bunch of like aquatic characters coming out. So you could throw him with any of that type of stuff. It'd look great.
Yeah, there's
Or
a,
like you,
there's a
even like the Savage Crucible stuff, he'd look good with all of that. Like he would
Makes me
look
want to
good.
fucking buy him.
there's like this crab-like
Sold out.
creature that's a Chinese company import.
The crab one,
Yeah,
like yeah, the thing is insane.
you've seen it, right? With the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sold out. I was
Yeah,
just on
man.
here. I'm like, they've got stuff back in stock. Nope, it's all sold out.
No, the
Good
thing
job, Tony.
that came back in stock was the Robin from Batman the Animated Series. It was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
Yeah.
But it sold out when they put it back up. If you go to their main page, there's a little thing that says
that Doctor
found
Doom
in
was
the
dope.
vault.
So, speaking of like Motu related and stuff, so there is a vendor next to me, and he did these that very similar He-Man body type, or the Remco figures. And
Right,
so-
it's the 5 POA style.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I bought Wave 2 from him. So I'm gonna take it to the next show and sell these.
The
These
witch
guys
looks
look
dope.
really good.
Did you get the witch?
Yes. And oddly enough, the witch is Tammy's favorite.
I mean, the witch from that small picture looks like a complete whore, so I'm down.
This one is probably my favorite though.
Oh, that's awesome. And how much do those cost, man?
So these are like they retail for like $36.
They were
That's not
$36.
That's what they retail for, yeah.
Oh, that looks like a weird version of Storm.
And then
They don't all look alike, Tony.
there's this like I love this dude. Like
Gotta
he's
catch 'em all.
That's my motto. That's my...
Oh, that's cool. That looks like Merman and something else smushed together.
two more.
I
Swamp
still
Thing.
want that Mono Merman.
Looks like Swamp Thing and Merman.
There's the witch.
Yep. See, very whorish. I like that.
Son of a
Now,
witch.
what's really cool about the witch though is she has a piece of her hat here. When
got
you
a
put it
piece,
on,
alright.
you can twist it. It changes her face.
Oh, well,
All right, that's pretty cool.
you don't have to use a bag anymore.
Like when she
You
gets
can
mad,
just
you
turn her
probably
hat.
bitch, turn your face around, just grab her head and
And
fucking twist that bitch.
I like this guy too. Like he's very
That is cool. That was like the Wolfman, like halfway between transitioning.
yeah.
Whoa.
So that's the wave.
Put it
So
off.
all of these figures. So all of these figures, they're all part of a builder figure. So you get this when you buy the whole wave.
That's
He's
awesome.
in between hormones.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty cool line. He actually had a coming up for pre-order. He has an Executioner, like that very same Remco 5-point, 5-point style body.
Speaking of
Oh.
indie figures, I guess. Has
Dr.
anybody
Jones?
heard anything about the Cursed Dead?
Yes.
Or did we just give away $500 and we're hoping for the best?
No, they put up a thing the other day. They had they were having trouble because they had to do a company name change. So they started a new company name, and they had to go through all the paperwork with Kickstarter and the other thing. There's another after Kickstarter, they do another thing called back something or
Okay.
some shit.
Backer kit.
Backer kits. And because of that, there was a freeze on the process because they had to get all the paperwork through the government. for the name change, but they got it, and it's supposed to be within the next month. They're supposed to have everything back up and going so people can order if they want to put in more orders, or the other 2 figures that they announced that nobody had a chance to order. You could order those, and they're expecting it to be 2027 delivery.
Oh,
So,
well, here's hoping.
yeah, because remember, tariffs screwed them at first, so they held off, and now they're able to work it out. So look at 2027 delivery. I'm trying to get Adam to come back on here, but he's been busy.
Well, we want Gordy.
Speaking of which,
Throwing it
yeah,
out
like
there.
these guys here, their name is Formo Toys, and they were saying the same thing about tariffs when because that's initially how they got launched, and they were talking about how the tariffs pretty much screwed them for Wave
Yeah.
2. Same thing with Brandon from 9 to 5 Warriors. He got chewed pretty hard with the tariffs.
We don't negotiate with tariffs.
Yeah.
Try not to, but
Anything before I get into the world of disappointing Transformers?
So I've been opening a lot of my stuff and trying to get it up on the new shelves and do everything right. And so I opened those footbots from NECA from the 2012 show, and one of the scythes was not made correctly, so it doesn't actually like stick into the arm because it's missing the thing on the inside that goes into the joint.
you're
So I'm
missing
gonna have
them.
to try to reach out. I'm gonna have to try to reach out to NECA and see if they'll replace it. So that should be fun and entertaining when they tell me they're not going to do anything.
When they tell you chalk it up to their poor quality control, and you'll continue to buy more of our toys. So thank you very much for reaching out.
Pretty much.
And they'll respond to you at like 2 a.m. because it seems like their customer service email wise is handled overseas. So
You'll be like, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Sacco, for you reach out to us, and we don't have any more. We send you a new one though." That was terrible, and I'm sorry to my Asian friends right off the rip.
you don't have any.
That's true. Well,
You have customers, though.
Chad's not Asian though. I don't think. It's hard to tell.
What is he, Tony?
I don't know. Pacific Islander. So, the announcement of the last Ronin game. They may release toys, figures. I don't know that we're going to get too much because we've already got Last Ronin from Playmates.
And we have a ton from NECA.
Yeah, so I don't know that we're going to get anything from the game. If we do, cool. If I don't know who'd be the one to produce it, and it'd probably be a one-time figure if I had to guess. It would just be Last Ronin in the game, and you'd get a figure that has whatever it comes with in the game, and that'd be it.
I think it would depend on the imagery, right? So it would most likely be NECA because they currently have the license. They're doing a crap load of Last Ronin figures right now, right? So I would
Kind of
assume it would be them.
oversaturation of it.
Yeah, but I would assume it would be them. But I think it would only depend if the design is actually different from what they've already released for the comic, which being a video game versus a comic book, I assume there would be graphically a design change where you could have this is the video game figure, you could tell the difference between the comic book versions. Well, I
Sure.
would assume it'd be NECA because they've done video game versions of Turtles, they've done comic, everything, you know what I mean? That it would just continue on.
Did NECA do Arkham?
Most-
Did they do the Arkham games? Or was that McFarlane?
No,
McFarlane has the DC license, so he
no,
would
but
have done
before McFarlane did it, it was DC Collectibles that did all the Arkham figures.
Okay, so all like the Arkham Knight and all those games or whatever?
Yeah. NECA did a Harley Quinn from Arkham, though.
They did
So-
a Joker too.
I don't know if they did a Joker from
They did. I
from Arkham.
actually gifted it to Gus for Christmas once.
'Cause
But
I know
that's the what do you call it one? Isn't that the Toxic Joker or whatever? I thought it was McFarlane, the giant Toxic Joker.
no, that's McFarlane. That's not McFarlane. I'm sorry. That's DC Collectibles.
Let me see.
The one where he gets injected, he turns into a giant Titan, the Titan
Yeah.
Joker. Yeah, he's up there.
Wait, where
somewhere.
he's the ending boss.
Yeah, no, that's all DC Collectibles. Now, McFarlane may have done their own version recently. I don't know.
No, that was years
So-
ago.
But the DC collectibles one, yeah, that was a long time ago. Now,
Hot Toys
I
did
don't,
Batman
Johnny, you
and
say
Joker.
that NECA did a Arkham Joker, which I'll take it. I don't remember that one, but very well could have. But they did do a Heath Ledger Joker, and then they did a Arkham Harley Quinn. The Harley Quinn looks like trash. The Heath Ledger Joker looks really good though.
What did you go before that, or you tried to say?
What?
No, I was saying that I know that Hot Toys did a Batman and Joker from Arkham Asylum, the 2009 game, which looked really good. I didn't get either of them though.
Oh, I didn't know they freaking bothered with video games.
No, they did, and it was great. It was, I think they were the first video game series
This
they
McFarlane.
did.
So is this one here?
All right, so yeah, so it's a McFarlane. It's not a NECA then. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because I remember getting that for Gus because he loved the game and he loves Joker. So
Yeah, but the NECA Harley Quinn from Arkham looks horrible. Like her face is all fucked up.
speaking of, so I've recently seen up and coming Harley Quinn. Won't say from where, but it does look terrible in my opinion. Does not look good.
What's it
Actually,
based
hold on. Let me see. Hold up. Before I go further, let me see if there are already
I
pictures
feel
out of it.
like-
Because if they are, then I could share it.
John's got the inside stuff going on. He's like, if I say something too soon, they're gonna bust through my ceiling and take me out. I mean,
While Johnny's looking for that, I'm gonna show Tony this.
FBI
Whoa,
comes kicking in
calm
his
down.
door. Where'd you get this information from?
Oh,
What the fuck? Yeah, that
oh
looks
yeah,
good.
it is. Huh. That's great though. I always thought that was a good Joker anyway.
Oh yeah, it's a great Joker.
Oh yeah.
Any Mark Hamill's a good Joker.
Mm,
Ooh, so
So
I
you go-
guess
so
I
go back to
can
the
talk
face.
about it. So they already got pre-orders up for it. So
If you look at his face, and maybe I just want to see it. Do you see a little Mark Hamill in him?
I don't know, but that one picture, I don't know why, but I felt like I saw a little Jack Nicholson in him. To be honest.
which is interesting because he's always been very like, you can't use my likeness. You can't use my likeness.
I could see
No,
that.
I
I could
think
see
it-
it being a
I don't
skinny
think
Jack.
it's-
He looks like Jack Nicholson on Ozempic.
No,
Yeah, you can kind of see with the eyebrow ridge here, the Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
yeah, like on the previous page, Psycho was on before he clicked into this. It was just the angle was at
Like
But
that.
his-
the one on the bottom. The one on the bottom left kind of looks Jack. Well, now it's up, right there with his hand on his chest. And
Okay.
there's a hand behind his back. I don't know,
The
something
Pledge of
about that
Allegiance
face
one.
just looks a little like that angle looks a little Jack Nicholson like. Not, I imagine, on purpose. It's just the angle. Because it doesn't look as thin as his face does. Like it looks a little fatter than the other images.
Yeah.
All right. So what I was saying though is Blockies is releasing a DC line.
I knew it was Blockies.
So this is the Harley Quinn that they are releasing.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Watch
say
somebody
that.
try to defend this.
You guys say that,
I have a reason for saying that, but go ahead.
and the picture's gone.
Here, I'll put
She
it.
has
That's how bad
she
it looks.
has a very anime feel, and that will sell whether or not it's good for collectors. Her look will sell to the younger crowds. She
Go ahead,
looks
Matt.
like a cosplay slut. That's what it looks like. She's going to sell to the younger crowds. Yes, Wheezy.
No, I'm just curious. What's it based on? Like, what's the inspiration for this design?
13 different styles of Harley Quinn. Every fucking anime chick on Temu and Wish and all that bullshit has that same body style.
Okay,
All
no,
they
the
did was
reason-
put some Harley Quinn colors on her, and they're calling it Harley.
Okay, no, because I was curious, like like Marvel, they're doing Marvel Rivals. They're also doing Marvel something else, right? So I was just curious if this
Yeah.
is like DC's based on like an app game or some shit that this
No,
costume comes from, type of thing. Okay,
no, not that I'm aware of, or not that I've seen. Doesn't mean I'm that I know what I'm talking
because it
about, but
says
not that I've
Champion
seen.
class, so I thought maybe there was like a DC Champion game or something.
So that's their scale.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But I'm telling you, man, it's anything Harley sells because it's one of those stereotypical it's cool to like Harley type things.
Okay.
And even if it looks like shit, people buy it.
Tony, tell me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong, but just that image of her almost looks like if you took Harley and threw her in like Kingdom Hearts. That's
Yeah,
what you got.
100%. 100%. And because of that, she will sell.
Now this
I
one's,
imagine it'll sell. I think it looks to me
This
not
was the
slutty
Nightwing.
enough for Harley. But
He's a good Nightwing. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was up in brain farts at the show. I'm like, the night guy, the guy. Like, I
this
couldn't think of his
is
fucking name.
Superman.
that's Nightwing.
Everybody hates Superman. Superman can blow a goat.
So it's based off.
How did he
that
go from
Superman
wearing
movie.
underwear to wearing shorts?
It's 2026, man.
Now
We don't wanna
that
see
Batman
guns
Beyond's
speedos.
badass.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on the Batman?
I don't like it.
It's fucking great.
Nope.
He looks too Iron Man-esque.
You think he looks too mechanized?
Yep. Same
Yeah.
reason I don't like the Batman Beyond look in the Arkham Knight video game. They make him look like Iron Man. He's got all the panels on his suit. Whereas in Arkham City, they gave you like a fabric looking Batman Beyond suit like they did in the original show. In Arkham City, they made the Batman Beyond suit look like Iron Man armor, just painted like Batman Beyond. And I hate when they do that. It's the same reason that new Power Rangers movie, I hated those character designs because it just looked like they turned Iron Man into Power Rangers.
However, wait.
And then
Which-
Predator,
which
they
Power
put Iron
Rangers?
Predator.
The 2017 movie,
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was
I thought you were
2017.
talking about like the first Power Rangers movie.
Wow, has it
No,
been
no,
that
no,
long?
They took like the chest, they made it like an arc reactor almost. It glowed and everything else. Instead of it just being a regular diamond, they made it look like it was powered. You know what I mean? It just Iron Man is Iron Man. All the other superheroes don't have to look like Iron Man just because those movies were popular.
Yup. I agree.
I don't think they'll ever. Did they do Jack Nicholson?
They did, and it was awesome. And everybody was hoping, including myself, that when they re-released the '89 Batman a year or two ago, that they would re-release the Joker because it had the same problem, and they didn't.
Well, that
So-
Batman's like a second version. It's slightly different than the first one.
It is, but the reason that they released it is because both the '89 Batman and the '89 Joker were from their DX line of figures, and the DX line of figures had moving eyeballs, but the mechanism that they had to be able to move the eyes to position them was notoriously broken. And so the eyes will just sag or shoot in other directions, and you won't be able to actually change them back. So people got pissed. So they canceled the DX line of their Hot Toys figures, and then they re-released the '89 Batman. But then people got pissed. They're like, "Oh, well, why are you re-releasing this figure?" So they made some slight changes to it, which then everybody bitched at and said they should have just re-released the original one.
Sounds like people.
But I
They should
love
make-
I love the re-release figure. I was able to actually get a Batman that works.
Have you guys, completely off topic, but it's DC, so it's on topic. Have you guys seen that Creature Commando show on HBO Max?
Yes, I love it.
It's pretty funny, man. I like it.
That GI robot is amazing.
It's awesome.
Hi,
It's a
are you
great
a
show.
Nazi? Like,
I wish there
what do we
was.
want?
I wish there was a season 2, but
Where you get canceled?
I don't know. I started watching though. You ever see Vox Machina?
Yeah.
I love it.
My
I think
wife
it's
loves
great.
that show. We watched the first like 2 seasons together, and then I stopped watching. But 4th season is just released.
Yeah, So it's I didn't know there were that many seasons, and then it's funny you said that because I went to go I won't watch with the kids around, but I went to go keep watching it, and it brought me to season 4, and I was like, oh crap! And usually like Corinne and I watch Invincible together, and we watched the monster whatever the hell it's
Creature
called
Commandos.
show. Creature
So
Commanders,
that
sorry,
show-
Commandos. And
Yeah,
Go ahead,
that
Johnny.
show
I'm dying.
and like the show, like Peacemaker and all that stuff, was under a different kind of DC universe, if you will.
Yeah.
So now, under the new direction, they're trying to tie everything together, all the medias.
Mm.
So
Which is
all
weird
these
to
other
try
shows
and
are
tie the
canceling.
cartoons together.
Well, Creature Commandos is actually James Gunn's universe, so it is the current one. It's not the old one, which
Okay.
is why Weasel or whatever they call that character. I don't remember what he's. I think it's Weasel,
Weasel.
but
It was Weasel,
like
yeah.
that's why he's in that because it's being played by James Gunn's brother Sean.
Who
so
also
that
I think-
is.
He also plays, I think, G.I. Robot too. He plays 2 characters.
Yeah, and he was Weasel in live action when they did the Suicide Squad.
And Family Matters.
And Peacemaker season 1 was not under the James Gunn, but he brought it under James Gunn for season 2. So
That G.I. Robot though is awesome. I need a figure of him. I don't give a fuck about any other DC character. Just give me that character. Oh, and the Bride. The Bride was dope.
Oh yeah, she was. That whole show was very surprising. But a lot of those characters, the way they drew them was they definitely remodeled them in the Vox Machina show, and the voices are all there too. So it's good. I enjoyed it. Or I believe Vox Machina's first season probably was out before Creature Commandos or whatever, if I had to guess. Because I think Creature Commandos is only in the last 2 years, 3 at the most.
The last
something like that,
year?
yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it came out last year.
Did it? No, Creature Commandos?
Yeah, I think it's 25.
Yeah.
Was it? Let me look. I keep burping pizza, but I didn't have pizza.
That's weird.
You could be having a
Thanks.
stroke.
2024.
Oh, it came out 24. Oh shit. I guess the second season's not coming then. It's been over a year.
And then Vox Machina.
So
Actually, it is coming. Season 2 is coming out
2022
next
for
year.
Vox Machina. So yeah.
So
out of
2027,
curiosity-
you'll have season 2 of Creature Commandos.
yes, goddamn 3 years. All right. So just to keep on the topic of toys before Tony gets into his Transformers he wants to talk about. So Hasbro
They
released.
are toys, douchebag.
Never said they weren't. Well, I'm confused. No, I said
I'm
before we get
perplexed.
into your Transformer toys you want to talk about, I wanted to ask a question.
Well, you said to
So-
keep on the topic of toys before Tony goes into the Transformers. You
Because
want
we were talking about TV shows. See, boom, back to toys. That's bring it around. So Hasbro showed off Comic-Con exclusive for Ghostbusters, which is the Ecto Glow Ectocopter. It's going to be like 60, 64 bucks. It comes with a Ecto Glow Lewis Tully. Comic-Con exclusive. My curiosity, though, is how hard is this thing going to be to get?
Hopefully not.
Well, hold on. The reason I asked
Yeah.
this is that
Wait a minute.
you're dealing with a couple different things that you weren't dealing with previous releases. Is that first, it's a product that was originally made and advertised, but never released 30 plus years ago, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we never released it. Now we're going to make it and release it. So you're going to have people potentially who don't give a shit about the current stuff, but like, hey, vintage collectors is now the first release of a toy that was supposed to be a vintage toy. But then you also have current Ecto Glow collectors, real Ghostbuster collectors. But the original toy was originally a reuse of a helicopter made for Police Academy that also never came out. So now you're going to have people, vintage collectors of Police Academy, who are going to want to buy this thing and custom paint it to match what it should have been for Police Academy. So I think there's a lot more levels of collectors who are going to be after this damn thing versus just your normal Ghostbuster collector.
Was Rick Moranis in Police Academy?
No.
Who's the guy that looked like Rick Moranis?
Oh, the
Steve
guy who made all the
Gutenberg?
weird sounds with his mouth?
No, that was a black dude.
I don't see race. Tony, you're bad.
You know, that works for a lot of things, but not in that instance.
So, anyways,
The reason I bring it up is because I was going to say, isn't it ironic that
don't you think?
The irony of what that song was really like. Go ahead.
I think you guys are gonna make Tony like freak out like he did on Thursday with Joe and Chris.
Rick Moranis is on the Pogocopter bullshit or whatever the fuck it's called, the thing. And then I was going to say
Ectocopter.
that I'm saying because he reminds me of the guy from Police Academy, and I guess it's not Rick Moranis, and I can't think of who it is, that they
Is
would
it
make that
Bobcat?
vehicle
Is it
again.
Bobcat Goldthwait? Is that who you're
Not
talking about?
Bobcat.
No,
Some little
you're
skinny
talking
dude with
about-
glasses.
The guy that Bobcat was like picking on.
Probably.
He was like in the car and Bobcat like rode by on his motorcycle and like reached through the window and like barked at him and shit. The
I
little
don't know, it's
nerdy.
been so long since I've seen it.
Oh, he's a little nerdy, like accountant looking motherfucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I thought about Rick Moranis. I'm like, how ironic would it be that he's both characters, both shows, and both on that fucking same vehicle that got made into a toy?
That would be, yeah, okay. Yeah, that would have been ironic.
But
I'm with
wrong.
you.
It's not him.
It's okay. Close. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of like how hard this thing's gonna be to get, because I'm not gonna be at the show. They'll put it up after the show on Hasbro Pulse. But now with all these other
If it doesn't,
people
sell out.
who, it's not gonna sell out at the show. It might. With these parameters, it might. I don't think so.
They'll make it available just like they did with the 4-pack of Ghostbusters. They said that they had some for the show and they had some for their website.
And technically, you can still buy the 4-pack on the website today. But like I said, with the added parameters of the rarity and the history behind it, and the fact that it's also linked to another vintage toy line, I'm wondering is it going to cause people to go after it more than other offerings.
No idea.
I don't know. I mean, the figures are still available, but the car is sold out.
Yeah.
Because I thought about it for a minute. I was like, maybe I'll buy the figures, I'll buy the car, or whatever, they're available. But since the car's not available, it just turned me off to it.
To
I
answer
got another
Tony's
pack.
question, the guy in Police Academy is Officer Sweet Chuck.
That's right, Sweet Chuck. Fuck, I forgot about that.
So Transformers, Tony.
Well, we're waiting.
All this time, and you got nothing.
No,
Diaz
you guys wanna
asked.
hear about it.
Diaz sent me a message about Transformers. I feel like we've discussed it, but I can bring it up to you. And if you wanted to go and off on it, you can. He asked. He said he'd like to spark conversation about the rise of third-party Transformers and bootlegs. Is it because of Hasbro's inability to make certain characters or their price hikes?
Probably both.
So interesting that you bring that up, because last night I was watching Figure Fight Club's podcast about the Hasbro releases. In the comments section, there were a couple remarks where people were like, "You know what? I'll just get the third party version. I'll just get the Magic Square, the New Age one, versus what Hasbro was releasing."
Is Tony frozen? I guess so.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for the show. Tony bailed.
On that note, Tostino Tony is out.
No, but yeah. So it is interesting, Johnny, because like I've seen the. I don't know the names of the companies that make them, but I think you said one of the names. Robo talks about them all the time. It's like the model kits, but like some of like one version's die cast, but then they have the cheaper version that's not die cast.
Yellow
And-
Park.
Yellow. Yeah, there you go. Like those, I've seen pictures. They look
Oh,
incredibly
they're
sick.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and I don't think Hasbro. I assume they have it in them to make that. I don't think they ever will because
They just don't want to.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I don't think they
they
just
don't
want
give
to.
a shit. Like, so I wanted to get the War for Cybertron
Hey,
figures,
welcome back.
right? And I missed out on them when they first came out, and they release things that people don't want and don't release the things that people do want. Like, they haven't released a Bumblebee from War for Cybertron since the very first release. That figure's like over $100 now if you try to buy it on eBay. But Hasbro can release the Megatron and the Optimus in Target with different colors on the packaging, but the figure's still the same color. It's like sometimes it really feels like Hasbro does not want money. It felt like that as a Power Ranger fan when they weren't making shit they should have made. It feels like that as a Ghostbusters fan when they don't do stuff, and it definitely feels like that with Transformers. Like we're
Well,
at the
there's.
30th.
Go ahead.
Go
man.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, like we're at the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars. Why are we not getting more? And then you give us a half-ass pack of Predacons that were already released, and only slight paint variation on 2 of them. It's
So
like, why
I've-
can't you not do stuff?
Yeah, I've heard the argument many times. A lot of people have mentioned that Hasbro is really no longer wanting to be in the business of making toys. They rather focus on licensing out, collecting that, from the licensing and having them do all the, as far as a quote unquote risk of putting out something, they still get paid either way. Whether these companies do well or not, I mean, they get paid for that licensing.
But it wouldn't be a risk if they did the shit the fans want. Like, and that's the problem. Because they're like, oh, well, we put out Indiana Jones figures and nobody bought them. It's like, yeah, there was no movie out at the time that you released them. You released figures from a movie that most kids don't freaking know in a toy aisle with figures that are lower in age range than Indiana Jones. Like, you could have released that entire set, wave of Indiana Jones figures directly on Hasbro Pulse and say, hey, collectors, this is a pre-order thing. You want it? It's not a HasLab, but you have to pre-order the whole wave, and we'll send you the wave. And they don't. But then they do stupid-ass things, and then they're like, oh, nobody wants to buy toys anymore. It's too ridiculous. We have to keep raising prices. Like, no, you're not putting out what you should be putting out. Then you're raising prices, and so people aren't going to buy it. Stop being idiots.
But I think one problem, just because of what you brought up with Indiana Jones, I feel like 10 companies have tried to do Indiana Jones figures and they've failed 12 times. Like, I don't think Indiana Jones has ever actually been a very good, profitable toy line at any time.
Agreed.
So that right there should have been like a red flag to Hasbro. You know what, guys? Let's not do this because we haven't had success any of the previous times we've tried. It's just not a thing. Like,
Agreed,
people don't want those.
The issue is, right, like they put out 4 different versions of Indiana Jones. They put out one version of Marion. They put out some bad guys. I think they put out Belloc. They put out the guy whose hand gets melted and face melts, right? Like, they could have said, okay, we're going to make the definitive Indiana Jones line and release it online only as a pre-order, and there would have been no risk. They would have made what people wanted, and that would have been it. But again,
I don't think there would have been enough pre-orders for the factory to really move forward with that, in my opinion.
And if that were the case, then at least they wouldn't have done something stupid and charged way too much for it and then bitched when it didn't sell. Right? Like, I hate when
they're not going to put the work and effort into doing that.
Right. So if you said, if anything, they could have done it a whole thing like a HasLab, where if they don't meet their goal, it doesn't produce, they're not going to lose anything, right? That, okay. To do like a pre-order system, they're going to make it. So if they don't sell enough, they still have to make it, and they're going to lose their ass.
Yeah,
they have to make it.
So like, make it a HasLab. My point was just, don't pick dumbass things, right? So like, instead of doing lines for Power Rangers, instead of giving us all the original Rangers and giving us a bunch of bad guys, They're like, oh, well, we're going to give you the White Ranger. We're going to give you Lord Zed. We're going to give you a Ranger from this era. A Ranger. It's like, no, people don't want that shit. It took them forever to make Zords. And I mean, again, I guess I'm not a purist Power Ranger fan because I like the Hasbro Megazord. The mesh idea that they put on the chest, I thought that was cool. It didn't bother me at all, and a lot of people were bothered by it. But it's like, you should have been putting out Zords, right? You know people like the combining of Zords. You absolutely should have had more emphasis on the Zords. You should have made the things that people wanted, but it's these half-ass things. So you go from making that, well, Hasbro didn't, but Bandai did legacy helmets. You got the Red Ranger, you got the Green Ranger, and there was one other helmet I forget that Bandai did, the movie Red Ranger, before they lost the license. But those were full-size adult helmets. Hasbro's like, oh, we're going to release helmets too, and they're going to be full-size. But it turns out they weren't. They were actually smaller than the full-size adult ones that Bandai did. And what did they do? They did the White Ranger. Then they re-released a Red Ranger, which had just been out a year and a half before with Bandai. And we're like, nobody's buying our helmet. What do they expect? Like, if you do stupid things, it's like self-fulfilling prophecies. It frustrates the hell out of me. You do dumbass things, and then you're upset that people don't buy it when you know people aren't going to buy it.
So, Tony, what do you think, though, about the Transformers and the third parties and all these people who are making all these things? Is it because Hasbro isn't making them, or they're not wanting to, or unable to? Like, do you think that's why these companies are thriving? Because of Hasbro's shortcomings?
I just think they're doing it better, man. These third-party companies are making a better toy, where the price point is, for what you're getting, I think is very comparable or sometimes better. And you can have anybody you really want. You literally cannot pick a Transformer that a third-party company has not made. Somebody somewhere has made that figure in some capacity. So it's like, hey, I want so-and-so when he has, this color scheme and he's fighting this guy, and you can go to any website and you can find some close variation for that character, but Hasbro doesn't produce it. And to Psycho's point, if I understood him correctly, we're reusing molds for characters that nobody wanted in the original mold. And we're just taking the same character and going, yeah, somebody will buy it. And then they're remaking it and they're adding different colors, or they give you one different figure. And, case in point is the, what is it, the Red Alert and the Minicons we were talking about this morning that they just put out? Or they're pre-ordered?
Yes,
but then
so I'm glad you mentioned it, because this whole wave that Hasbro released, all of them are pretty much repaints, slight retools of previous releases, with the exception of Swindle.
Yeah. Swindle
is obviously a new mold, the last combiner piece. But the rest of that wave, it's literally just, well, that fucking for example, that Unicron slave whatever figure, that's a Megatronus retool and repaint. So it's just Hasbro just rehashing shit. Like, they're not really making anything new. They're just.
So then my question, because obviously I don't deal with Transformers, is this also a lot of self-inflicted pain from the collectors?
I don't think so.
Well, because a lot of collectors are still buying the shit, right? They're making these things and they're still buying it. And when you look at it, and we discussed this on other products, how often do you go into like a clearance section and find a crap load of Transformers? Maybe one character here and there. They don't really pop up at Ross on discount, right? Somebody's buying the shit that they're not getting clearanced out, whether it be for kids or whatever, but they're selling. So there are thought that collectors might not like what they're doing, or you guys have your problems with it, which are all fair and valid. But somebody's buying the shit that where Hasbro feels like their decisions are working. Because if it weren't working, they wouldn't do it.
To that point, I hear from a lot of people, a lot of customers that will come up and they'll see, like, for example, when I have my Magic Square stuff on display, they'll come up, they'll look at it, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And they're like, "I didn't realize, I didn't know Hasbro ever did." I was like, "This isn't Hasbro." And so there are some people that will strictly only buy official release, and they refuse to buy any sort of third party, any fourth party KOs, any of those fourth party reissues. They don't care. They
Well, that's-
strictly want to support the official release only, even
Well,
if it's
that's-
crap.
Or they
that's
don't know
often
about
like
it.
that's like Ice
And
Spark,
yeah,
right?
there's a lot of people that don't even know that there's stuff out there like that.
Like Ice Spark doesn't buy a lot of knockoff stuff or third party stuff. One, because a lot of it's really expensive, he can't afford it. But at the same time, some of it's just not official. And to him, if it's not an officially licensed Transformer product, it's not a Transformer. It's not part of his collection. He wants at least the officially licensed stuff, whether it be from Hasbro, maybe another company who has like an official license for it, right? So like I understand where some people can come from with that. But like I said, somebody's buying the shit. The Hasbro's business plan with it is working enough that Hasbro keeps doing it. Because if they weren't making money, they wouldn't do it. So somebody's supporting it, whether it be collectors or kids.
I think the support. I'm sorry, comes from what we were just talking about. There's people that don't know there are third and fourth party. There are other options out there. They only know Hasbro. They don't even know that there's an Hasbro app. I've had plenty of people that I've talked to at shows that I'm showing them a third party Transformer or something. They're like, "What is that?" I'm like, tell them everything, where it's from and who makes it, and blah blah blah. And or I have something on the table that they haven't. Oh, I haven't seen that in the store. I said, "Well, do you have the Hasbro app?" I don't know what that is.
So,
and then you show them the app, and they're like, "Oh, they had no idea there was all these different Transformers because you don't see them all on the shelf, right? You see all the, I don't want to see stereotypical ones, but I can tell you right now, the ones I'll see on the shelf, there's going to be a Sideswipe. Sideswipe. There'll be Sideswipe on the shelf. There'll be a Wheeljack on the shelf. There'll be pieces of Bruticus on the shelf. There'll be
many different Optimus Primes.
So
what?
Many different Optimus Primes.
Yeah, some kind of Optimus Prime. There'll be a Galvatron. There'll be pieces to the Devastator that's coming. That's out. And then there'll be maybe one or two obscures from something else, or the fucking blue motorcycle from I don't even know what episode, because that one continues to be on the shelf. And then that's it. You never see anything else. But if you go to Walmart tends to have all of the, and I don't know if they're Walmart exclusives because I never see them at Target, are the retro cards, like the Bumblebee that I bought. You see the retro card Transformers. You see a lot of those at Walmart, along with the football helmets that for some reason transform.
They're on clearance now.
Yeah, like almost immediately they transform.
But like, I would assume that those people who come up to your booth are like, "Oh, I didn't know there was an app. Oh, I didn't know about these." To me, if they didn't know about them, chances are those people aren't Transformer collectors. They're Transformer fans. I had it when I was a kid, because if you know that a lot of the shows you do, a lot of the people who come in there aren't toy collectors. There are a lot of people, "Oh, I need something to do on a Saturday. Oh, it's toys. I had toys when I was a kid." Like, they're not actively collecting. So they don't know that there's HasLabs, that there's third party, that there's even Pulse, because they don't buy the stuff. They're just kind of there going down memory lane, and they're like, "Oh, this is cool." And then half the time they don't ever buy anything because they don't buy this shit. They're just there to see stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, but like, those are the ones though, if they're in fucking Walmart and they're with little Johnny, no offense, Johnny, they'll be like, "Oh, let's pick up this Transformer because I had this as a kid. Now you have one as a kid too,"
Yeah.
But like I said, just somebody supporting Hasbro enough with their dumb decisions that they keep making them because they're making money off of them when it comes to Transformers, at least.
Yeah, I think it's insane that again, I absolutely hate the way he looks, but the Bruticus, right? The Bruticus combiner just completely turns me off so bad, and I am absolutely floored by the people that are losing their minds because they can't find, whatever pieces have come out so far. And
So
good.
yeah, that question, Hasbro has the rights to Transformers, all of Transformers. It's not certain ones that they hold that license. It's their IP. It's Hasbro's IP.
Well, so now that question, just because for content and conversation. Would that be? Is there any characters in Transformers as an example from another franchise like Ninja Turtles? They have Usagi and Panda Khan that are part of the Ninja Turtle world, but they aren't licensed with Turtles. They're their own thing.
Only
Does
one
Transformers have
character
that?
that kind of crosses that border a bit, and that's Skyfire.
Oh, they're
Got
gonna say
changed to
Death Head.
Jetfire because they initially used the Harmony Gold version, you know, the Macross Robotech.
Okay.
So when they initially did that toy, you know, they acquired the rights for the toy, but not for the animation. So once they were getting hit with that threat of lawsuit, they very quickly pulled them as far as from the animation, changed them up, and then really never brought them up again. That was kind of like
Okay.
it. I think there's like maybe in what 2 or 3 episodes before them. From
Because I was gonna
that
say the only one
G1
that I
era.
could think of would have been, was it Death's Head, the robot from Marvel that's also in Transformers?
But isn't it? Couldn't you also throw in there the like Japanese exclusive Beast Wars stuff that they did after Beast Wars ended in Japan? It kept going, so like technically Hasbro owns the rights to Transformers, but those figures never released here in America because the show never released here in America, and they're all completely different with different names. And it's like it's separate from the Hasbro. It's more Takara because it never came here. Like, I mean, wouldn't you consider those not completely owned by Hasbro?
My
know if we're
understanding,
talking
like
about-
Victory Saber and all that stuff, my understanding is Hasbro owns all that. But I mean,
thought
I
we were
could be
talking
wrong.
about the physical toys themselves, not whether or not IP carries across.
Well, you know, Chris was asking if there are any figures that are Transformers adjacent, like they're Transformers, but they're
Yeah.
not owned by Hasbro. And so I thought maybe some of the Takara Tomy figures.
Yeah, and that my
Well,
question for that was only
Japan owns
because when Johnny said that Hasbro owns all the IP, like they own Transformers, and I was just thinking like Pandacon and Usagi Yojimbo, they're turtles, but Viacom doesn't own them. You know what I mean? Like they're turtle characters. They're in the world. We have the figures. They're in the shows. They're in the comics, but they're not actually licensed with turtles. They're their own separate entity. So I was wondering if Transformers had anything like that as well. Which is why I said like Death's Head from Marvel would be probably a good example of one that's like that. And then the one that Johnny
I
went on
wouldn't. I
about.
wouldn't say the Skyfire thing
So-
because that's just licensing for the vehicle or the likeness, and they changed it in the show. But that's nothing more than they took the fucking toy
So-
that was out from Macross and said, well, this thing transforms. Let's recolor it. And now it's a Transformer, and they just never went into the show. We couldn't have that look in the show because of
Yeah, because they
copyright.
didn't.
But I
Own
don't
the,
think
they only own the toy rights. They didn't own the
right.
rights. for
No,
the
I
animation.
understand, but I don't think that's cross-platforming. That's just retool of a toy. Like in other lines, there's like that's like in the Ewoks when they retook the toy and remade it into the Star Wars village or whatever the hell it was, or was it Robin Hood or something, like whatever they crossed.
Yeah, that was
Cross-used
Kenner that-
toys.
But here's the thing:
repurposed.
Kenner owned the sculpts and the rights to all of those, to both lines.
Yeah.
So
How about, I mean, this does not have to do with Chris's question or anything anybody said, but since you brought up the Robin Hood playset and the Kenner owned, how about the lifespan of that Kenner Batman mansion that they designed? Like that thing is the longest reigning toy
retool ever.
ever. Because I mean, wasn't it? They did one for Batman Returns. They used the same design for the animated series, for Batman Forever, for Batman and Robin, for the Legend of the Dark Knight, for like a bunch of other lines. They just kept reusing that sculpt for the Batman mansion, which is pretty great.
It's always interesting when they
So-
do shit like that. Because when I was at Toys R Us, I don't know who makes it. You guys should probably look it up. But the Imaginext line, Does anybody know who made Imaginext?
No.
I'm not sure, but really quick. So yes, Hasbro actually owns the rights to the Japanese franchise. They actually share it with Takara Tomy.
Okay.
But
So-
it all does fall under that Hasbro umbrella. So
Hmm.
even the Japanese animated stuff past, what was it? Rebirth, that 3-part that ended the series in 80, what was it, 88? When that ended?
For
Want to say
the original, for the G1 Transformers that
yeah,
you're talking
like
about?
88 or 89.
Yeah.
So then, over in Japan though, they decided they wanted to keep the series to keep going. So they do share that as far as that franchise with Hasbro. So Hasbro gave them the green light to go ahead and keep it going as far as in Japan.
Yeah,
the
Psycho's
only
not
reason-
fucking kidding.
And the only reason, it's insane how many times, and it's also insane. Like it hasn't been just used for Batman; it was used for other toy lines as well.
But they just changed the colors. Like literally everything else is exactly the same. They just changed the colors.
That's wild.
So, just because the thought I was having, according to Diaz, Mattel makes Imaginext, but I was going to say it says Play School. But I remember when I was at Toys R Us, so this was like maybe 15-ish years ago, 12 years ago. But one of their lines they have is like probably space, some type of space Imaginext line. But they had a reuse of real Ghostbuster ghosts as aliens. And it was this blue alien that you popped its head off, and there was like something inside. We had like teeth. And I always thought it was interesting that a toy from the 80s that seems to have never been reused ever again was reused by a completely different company in 2012, 2013.
Yeah, no, I remember that because when I was working at Toys R Us, I saw the same thing. And I have that actual ghost in my real Ghostbusters figures. I know what you're talking about.
Totally off the subject though, Tony. Whenever your screen lights up like that, you literally look like you have livery of shoes. Your
Wow.
skin turns really yellow. You look like you're about to keel over and die.
Yeah, it happens. Is this what you're talking about, Weez?
No.
No.
Yeah, that thing.
No, it was. I mean, that's similar, but it's not. That's not the real Ghostbuster.
Oh yeah, you're right.
one.
No.
He's got tentacles.
No.
The other one
Yeah,
doesn't
that
have
thing.
tentacles. No, it's the same colored teeth, but that one has like things coming off on the side of it. It's almost that same thing, but it's just weird. Because I remember seeing it, Toys R Us, I'm like, holy shit, that's the exact same thing as it was back when I was a kid. And, 30 plus years later, and they wound up reusing that shit. It's insane. So Tony, that's why Tony stopped drinking, so he doesn't look like that on camera anymore.
This thing? Oh,
No.
you can't see my screen. Wait, yeah, you can.
No, I can see your screen. So it was that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that it right there?
Isn't that this?
Or is that the Imagine? I'm looking at a small screen, Tony.
That's the real Ghostbusters.
No,
one.
that's that was for Afterlife.
Okay.
That's no. I mean, they're using that. Looks.
Oh,
I'm
that's
so
it right there. The
confused
two
now.
of them. That?
No,
No.
God damn it! I'll find the damn thing. Because his head comes. There you go. See his head there?
This?
Up.
Or this?
No, the one that has the two blue things next to each other. One with one eye,
This?
one with two eyes.
Yeah. That's the whole real Ghostbusters toy. The head comes off, and that's what you have underneath. But there was one that Imaginext did that
It's the
looks
exact same
exactly
thing.
like that. It's literally the exact same thing.
So maybe they got
But
they got word
that's
of it.
what
and
this
then-
does. It doesn't have the tentacles on it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
because
wondering
there's
if they
one
got
that-
word of it and they remade it to
Oh.
not be copyright infringement.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because this is the same thing. It pops off.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to show you here. It's the same toy, but, well, obviously it's different now, but...
They're like, oh, it looks the same now. But yeah, I remember while I was walking to Toys R Us, I was like, holy shit, that's the exact same damn thing. I never even bring it up on my phone, looking up. I'm like, nope, that's the same thing. I looked right at the damn thing. I'm like, that's wild. What else you guys got for tonight?
Not much.
Let's not talk all talk at once. Let's.
I'm trying not to. That's been going on all night.
Man. Like,
Welcome
so
to the show.
I
There's
will
that-
say, like, I am disappointed with Hasbro's recent announcements, but something that is kind of cool, they did do a crossover with Transformers and Gem. So that's the only real slightly interesting thing from that release.
Was that the colorful rainbow thing they showed off today?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is this a good thing? Because I couldn't really see what it was. I just saw it was a.
It's
I'm
it's
assuming
interesting.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I've yet
It's
to
at
see
least interesting.
I've yet to see a crossover that doesn't do well when it comes to Transformers, because if you're a collector, most Transformers collectors, if you're a Soundwave collector, because that's right, there's common ones. There's people who only collect Soundwave, like, oh, it's my favorite one. Yeah, okay, you and 1,000 other people.
There is one,
what?
the Jay Bevlin one.
I don't know.
That thing tanked hard.
Which one was that?
It was a crossover. It was Soundwave with Jay Bevlin. He's like a rapper, and that thing tanked hard.
I never saw it, but some
So what the hell
hardcore
kind of rapper is that? I've never heard of him.
some hardcore Soundwave fan is going to, excuse me. And did we even get a definitive of whether or not that was Blaster or Soundwave?
No.
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck
Do you
you
guys
talking
remember a
about?
couple of years back they did the Transformer crossover with Linkin Park when Chester Bennington died?
I thought that was before he died. But
I
this
thought
guy
it was
here-
right. I thought it was right after.
It's
It was like
Blaster.
the gold Soundwave.
I do remember that.
What?
No, the Linkin Park crossover.
crossover. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a
I
bunch of
thought it
good
was prior
pictures,
to
Johnny. If
that.
you want to close out,
Say what?
I've got a bunch of good pictures.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this thing really didn't do well. You see this price here, but it is not going for that.
I wonder why. I've never even heard of the person. Like if it was like Transformers crossover like Jay-Z, I could see it probably doing pretty well, but like
So like it's Blaster. But he's gonna come with a guitar.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much the only interesting thing. The Optimus Prime, when you actually look at the figures, is actually kind of turns out disappointing.
a Hasbro Transformer that winds up being disappointing? Never.
It's Option Primer.
So it's
Which one is it?
the next. So you see the picture there, the first picture in the corner,
Upper
all
left?
the way to the left.
Yeah.
It's like
It
in the
shows
corner.
Optimus
There's four
Prime
corners.
with Jazz. Yeah. So as you can see there, the look of them is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, that's kind of pathetic. I mean, if you're
The
buying
package though is well done.
yeah, if you're buying it to keep the box, then that's pretty cool, but these are pathetic.
And what's really cool about it, like they opened the box up and showed you how it came. It literally came in a plastic seal, like a cereal bag.
That's funny.
Yeah. But then when you look at the figures, you're like, oh shit. And then also the side of the truck is just a giant Transformers logo.
Is that also a Comic-Con item or is it just something else?
Yeah. San Diego Comic-Con.
So that's one thing. Most Comic-Con items, the exclusives, usually come with like interesting packaging like that. And when they do that, I feel like in Tony's case, you kind of don't open it because the packaging is really part of the awesomeness of those exclusives.
Oh yeah. The package looks amazing. The figure itself looks terrible with both
Thank you.
figures.
Yeah, and this goes back to what we were already saying about Hasbro, like they do dumb things and then they don't do things that people would love. Like I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but probably more than a few years back now, there were these fan created mock-ups of a G1 Megatron as an NES Zapper.
I saw that. Yeah.
And that's something that if Hasbro did, like people would go crazy and buy tons of them.
Yep.
Right? Like if you were to use the G1 Megatron look, which they don't want to do because it looks like a real gun, but if you were to do that and color it like the NES Zapper, it would sell like crazy. And then you could have one figure that like was an NES controller, or maybe one that's an NES control deck, right? Like you could do stuff, and it just sometimes it really feels like Hasbro, and it's not just Hasbro. Mattel has the same problem. It feels like these companies are allergic to money. Like they don't want to do what
PlayStation crossover.
The what?
The PlayStation crossover.
No.
Oh, it looks amazing. It's difficult to get on the secondary market, but if I ever come across one, I'm not blinking. I'm grabbing that.
But I would be curious if Nintendo would agree to that partnership. Would be another variable in that.
I absolutely think Nintendo would. I don't know. Think that they would.
I don't know. Nintendo's kind of weird with stuff. Sometimes they're like, well, no, because Transformers are initially violent or this or that.
Their main star jumps on turtles, for God's sakes.
I know. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion.
Pretty fucking violent, if you ask me.
I think if Takara Tomy approached Nintendo of Japan, I think that they would do it in a heartbeat. I think if you come at it from a retro perspective, like, hey, these things were going on at the same time, let's bring this stuff back. I think Nintendo
it'd be really cool if they did that.
But
did you guys see the New Age Optimus Prime?
No.
That looks pretty cool too. It's a whole set. Unfortunately, it was like a China exclusive, so you can't get it in the US. Yeah, but it came with the hat, like the New Age hat and everything with the Transformers logo and Optimus Prime is like black and gold.
Okay. But
here's the thing: how many times they've used that mold? Like for example, they used it for the 40th anniversary, G1 Optimus Prime reissue. So they had the mold to do that. I don't know why they used this terrible mold for this Optimus Prime exclusive. If they would have stuck with just the G1 version and then like maybe do a G1 Jazz in the same, in that same.
So you think it was for simplicity of fitting in the box?
Yeah, or just use like the Bumblebee that they've already had the mold for, the reissue for the G1 version.
So again, do you think it was for simplicity of fitting in the box and then for having something that looks like a cereal box toy?
I don't think so, because size-wise, if you look at a G1 box of Optimus Prime and a cereal box, really not that different as far as that.
Does size really matter?
So then, God damn it. So then to that point, do you think it was to have the nostalgia of looking like a cereal box toy?
What do you mean?
A cereal box toy. You wouldn't get, if you opened up a box of cereal and the toy inside was Optimus Prime, it wouldn't look like a real Gen 1 Optimus Prime toy.
But here's the thing. When you look at the cost of a box of cereal and the toy you get inside, this is they're selling you the toy as the exclusives, but they're going to sell you a cheaper mold, crappier mold version of that toy. But still charge you that premium San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2 figures, one being an Optimus Prime figure.
Okay, so my point
I get what Tony's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony's not
I'm
getting.
trying to understand what Tony's saying.
No, like I understand.
I'm trying to understand.
I understand what I'm trying to understand. I understand what Tony is saying, right? Like if it's supposed to be styled after a toy in a cereal box, then are you really expecting a toy in a cereal box to look like a G1 Optimus Prime? And I think that that's what Tony was saying. Yes. But like what Johnny is saying is that the problem is if you were buying a cereal box and getting the toy in there, you would expect it to be shitty, but you're not. You're getting a premium toy that costs premium money and it looks shitty. And that's the problem. If it was cheaper, right? Like you would expect it, but it's not. They're charging that premium price, but giving you something of inferior quality. And if I'm not catching what you're saying, Johnny, then
No,
please
that's exactly
fix
it.
But yeah,
Transformers, yay.
I just don't. And I want to say I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I kind of do.
You love doing that.
I just don't understand
Fucking
why
horse.
these companies
Fuck that
have
horse.
so much trouble. Like even Mattel,
Okay.
right? You go back to Mattel, and when they first released the Ghostbusters figures, they were great. And then all of a sudden, they just couldn't figure out what the hell they were doing, and things started getting worse and worse and worse. And then they're like, "This line doesn't make me any money anymore. I'm getting rid of it." It just, I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's a crazy world.
Yeah, Tony looks like he's falling asleep there.
Nope, not even remotely.
But
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not interested in this conversation. Fuck all you guys.
I do wish that I had gotten that
The porn on my phone is more interesting than your talk.
a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, they did an Optimus Prime with a trailer themed for Ghostbusters, and I thought about getting that, and I didn't. And now I kind of wish that I had. I think that would be cool to have.
Oh, the Optimus Prime. It was the MP10.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Prime
remember what the numbers were, but it was transformable.
The box looks like the Ghostbuster backpack.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a proton pack. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, that thing was super cool, and I was thinking about getting it, and I didn't.
It is one of those. I would say that's one of those Transformer Grail pieces.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. I don't know.
All
now
right,
we all just
so-
look sad and depressed.
I'm just listening to you guys. I'm done. I'm out of stuff, and I got to get off here anyway in a minute.
Yeah, I was just gonna say let's wrap this up because I've been up since 4 a.m. I gotta deal with bullshit tomorrow, anyways.
Do you want to plug? You want to plug Thursday?
Oh,
or
I'll
we
plug you
doing-
anytime.
Okay.
So it's always funny when Tony starts to blush. Like, but yes,
It's the red light. I promise you.
Sure,
know, man.
sure.
liver failure. I don't know. We already discussed this. No, so Thursday night we are doing a Collector's Hideout Watches episode. We are going to be watching the fuck is it
Titties.
called?
High tension.
High Tension. Yes. So I will be watching that tomorrow night, and we will be doing that for Thursday night's episode. Joe is, I guess, already gone, but Joe will hopefully be on with us. Joe, if you're going to be on, watch High Tension, please. And I know, Tony, did you watch it yet, or are you going to watch it tomorrow?
I've seen it before, but I'm going to rewatch it because it has been quite some time.
Awesome. I thought it was an older movie. Apparently it came out like in the 2000s.
Yeah, it's not that old. It's just it's been a long time since I've watched it.
But like the first time you mentioned it, for some reason my mind was like an 80s type movie.
No,
Then me and Joe looked it up. I'm like, it's like 2004 or something. Like, oh shit, okay. Much more recent than I expected. So yeah, we'll be doing that Thursday night. Psycho will be down in South Florida, so he will not be joining us. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk our shit and see this really fucked up movie that Tony swears is fucked up. So
it is fucked up. It's one of the. If you look it up, it's like one of the most fucked up movies. Did you watch the Dracula yet? The newer
Not
Dracula?
yet. Not yet.
So I
need to.
might get in the chat to heckle you guys like Joe was doing last week. I don't know yet. Since Joe will be on the podcast, maybe I'll take the heckling role.
Get
Fair.
yourself something with caffeine and let it rip.
Oh, what
Right.
you guys got? Anything else to plug?
Anybody
Nope.
before we call it?
Got Joe Fest in a couple of weeks, so I'll be bringing blockies. I'll be bringing those Formo toys there, that whole wave.
Where's it at?
That is going to be in Augusta, Georgia.
God damn.
Maybe.
You're going
There's
to go
gonna
to
be a
Joe
lot of
Fest?
great guys there. So Grindhouse Toys is gonna be there.
So, Psycho, just before we get out of here, you say that, and I understand why you're saying that because it's Joe Fest. But Joe Fest used to be kind of strictly Joe.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's a huge show, vintage everywhere. Like it gets crazy. Same thing with Joe Lanta. Like it's
It's a lot to
apparently
see.
there's some of the best shows to go to are the Joe Fest ones. Like they've just gone insane.
So when
Yeah.
is that, Johnny?
So that is gonna be at the end of the month. So the weekend of
At the end of the month.
That's
You're
right.
broke.
So
You're broke.
it is
You're
gonna
broke.
be the Friday the 20th 6
Okay.
all right,
all
maybe
the way
I'll see what I can
through
do.
Sunday the 28th.
Augusta.
Augusta,
I was going
Georgia.
to say I'll try to bum a ride from Chris, but I'll be in South Florida at a retirement party that weekend, so I will not.
Bumming a ride.
Yep.
Cool.
Maybe for some smokes, I can take a ride with you.
Yep. And then
Oh.
we're hopping right into it. July, we got of course the show at the fairgrounds, the 11th and 12th.
Yep.
Are you're both vending at that show?
I messaged. I'm trying.
Which fairgrounds?
Tampa
Tampa.
Fairgrounds.
Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then the Sunday after that, I believe it's the Sunday after that. Yeah. We're going to be doing the Spring Hill Toy Jam. So we're going to be pretty busy at the end of June and going into July.
It's good shit.
Hells
Sounds
yeah.
like it. Sounds like it.
Yeah. But we'll have plenty of stuff. Also have plenty of glow in the dark Grub Sport figurines. So
Need fucking Van Clam already. Hurry up.
hey, it's Wave 1's got to make the money to pay for Wave
I
2.
don't want to hear about money. I just want the damn figure. Want the damn
All right, well, you pay for the molding.
No, it's not my character. I mean, I named him, but it's not my toy.
Yeah, no, just
All right,
Wave 1 alone was over $50,000 just to get
Everybody have a good night. No
molding
capes.
production going. What?
I
No,
was
no
expecting, like,
capes?